Hello, my name is Marise C, and I'm the author of Sacred Miles on the Camino, a transformative journey from self-abandonment to self-worth. Yeah, I'd like to share a little bit about it with you, at least how it all began. At first when I went for this walk, I thought I was going on a walking vacation. I didn't know what it was all about. And what I discovered is that it actually walked me home to myself, which was completely unexpected. How it got started was I had reached a time in my life where I didn't know where things were. I was feeling extreme discomfort. And, I asked myself, Marise, what are you doing on the sidelines of your life? From the outside looking in, it didn't look like I had hit rock bottom, but from the inside, I was confused. I was lost. It's almost like I didn't know right from left. And I had to stop and figure out, what is going on here? One of the things is I had spent all of my life up to this point looking on the outside. Growing up, I grew up in an dysfunctional family, and I didn't know what it would look like when I came home. I lived with a lot of uncertainty. So my survival instincts were really heightened. So there was a lot of focus on the outside, a lot of focus on making sure my environment was safe, a lot of focus on other people, making other people happy, because if they were happy, then that made me safe. But safety wasn't everything. Adapting to everybody wasn't everything. Over time, it disconnected me from my life. With me focusing on the outside, I detached myself from myself and who I was. I didn't know what my preferences were. I didn't have any opinions about anything. I didn't even know what I wanted. So that was what was causing the discomfort. The discomfort was that I wasn't in my life. I was focused on everybody else's life, but I wasn't focused on mine. And I got to this place where I realized that no one was coming to save me. No one was coming to choose me to do something extraordinary in the world. I realized that if I want to create something different, then I need to create it. It needs to come from me. And so the first thing that happened was I had to choose me. It's like putting the oxygen mask on first. So the more that I chose me, then I could serve others better. And where I started was around communication. Being in survival mode, being so afraid to be vulnerable. I didn't share anything. I kept it all behind closed doors. I was so guarded. It was like I had an armor of metal, warrior armor on the outside. I was so protected. I was so protected, and I protected myself like crazy. And what I decided to start focusing on was communication. And it started with communicating in my relationship. And that was so difficult. It was difficult because we were both the same. We were both very challenged in being vulnerable, in sharing our emotions. And so because I needed this so badly, I broke the ice. And the first time that I shared my emotions openly, I tell you, there was a lot of stuttering. There was a lot of fluids coming out of my body, but I got through it. I got through breaking the ice. It wasn't pretty, but I did it. And because I broke the ice, the next time became easier and easier and easier. And that was the beginning of my healing journey. It was about sharing what was trapped inside of me for decades to actually come and have a voice. And it's almost like the voice was the carrier of it coming out of me. And bits by bits, sharing by sharing, I was able to starting to heal and to feel better. And I felt better physically. My aura expanded and I was happier. But that was the beginning point. You know, when we choose ourselves at first, it doesn't look like confidence at all. But what it does do, it starts to make us realize that we can't abandon ourselves. And so I wonder, is there any area of your life that you're on the sidelines? Is there anything that you're waiting for? Are there any dreams that are parked because you're waiting for someone else? I invite you to actually journal all of this. Take a book and write down, like, what's in the way of me feeling free, self-expressed, and joy. And if you discover anything, I'd love to hear about it. Write in the comments below. And we're all on this journey. A Camino means path, right? Camino means path. It's a trail. It's the way. And we're all on a Camino. We're all on the path of our own lives. And so this is a journey home to ourselves. If you're interested in coming to this place of home within yourself, then join me. If this resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe and join the journey. And I will share more stories about how I overcame my self-abandonment and how I chose myself bit by bit over time and my journey on the Camino. So thank you for listening and tune in for more.